This is a recommendation for the novel Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore for high school students who need to have read an additional 7 books by the middle of their grade 12 year. This is a moderate to maybe challenging read and is in the genre of magic realism. Robin Sloan grew up near Detroit and has worked at Pointer, Current TV and Twitter in jobs that he says have generally had something to do with figuring out the future of media. And this novel, Mr. Penumbra, started its life as a 6,000-word e-book. The South African edition of this novel has this cleverly patterned cover. It's almost reminiscent of the board game Snakes and Ladders. In this instance, there's just one ladder taking prospective readers up to the dizzying heights of the books on the top shelves. The back cover doesn't actually tell us much, other than that this is a fun, funny, and just plain enjoyable book. The main character is Clay Jannon. Recession has cost him his job as a web designer, and on a whim, he starts working the night shift at Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore. It doesn't take long for Clay to realize that the quiet, dusty book emporium is even more curious than its name suggests. There are only a few fanatically committed customers, but they never actually buy anything. Instead, they simply borrow impossibly obscure volumes, which Clay has to retrieve from the top shelves of the impossibly high bookcases. Clay reckons that the bookstore must be a front for something larger. So he brings his laptop to work, gets some of his friends involved, including a cute genius girl who happens to work for Google, and starts a study of the behavior of the so-called nighttime customers who come to the store. Clay and his friends discover that the mysterious Mr. Penumbra is the guardian of a global conspiracy and that they need to solve an ancient secret using modern means. The book has been described as an existential detective story, and I think that's a spot-on description. Here's the first page from the novel. Lost in the shadows of the shelves, I almost fall off the ladder. I'm exactly halfway up. The floor of the bookstore is far below me, the surface of a planet I've left behind. The tops of the shelves loom high above, and it's dark up there. The books are packed in close, and they don't let any light through. The air might be thinner too. I think I see a bat. I'm holding on for dear life, one hand on the ladder, the other on the lip of a shelf, fingers pressed white. My eyes trace a line above my knuckles, searching the spines, and there, I spot it, the book I'm looking for. But let me back up. My name is Clay Jannon, and those were the days when I rarely touched paper. I'd sit at my kitchen table and start scanning help wanted ads on my laptop. But then a browser tab would blink, and I'd get distracted and follow a link to a long magazine article about genetically modified wine grapes. It's different, it's weird, but this novel is an absolute delight. I hope that in these book recommendation videos that you will find something that appeals to you. If you have any recommendations of your own, please drop me an email and I'll see whether I'll be able to turn your choice into a video for other students.